Hello, welcome to my series about all Chopin's music. Today, Prelude in E minor, Opus 28, number 4. One of the greatest example of putting deep emotions and closing them into very short piece of music. Here Chopin doesn't need to write a huge ballad or a scherzo or a sonata or fantasy to express his mood. Of course, this is the idea of prelude, right? But still, the way how this is constructed, the way how the energy of this music is constructed is simply genius. This prelude is considered by many musicologists and Chopinologists as one of the greatest pearls in all Chopin's music. It inspired many people. I have here books, unfortunately not in English but in Polish, written by Ferdinand Hessig, and I have a huge here, the whole page written in a poetry that express the feeling of this prelude. And actually this prelude is in this book is compared to the poetry written by Juliusz Słowacki, a very famous Polish poet who Chopin knew personally. And it's very difficult to translate, but I can try to translate a little for you, because I know you are interested in that. Okay, so now I quote. And now I saw like an angel similar to the woman which I loved with all my soul and heart when I was a kid. And I loved her with my heart so pure and clean. That's why I'm crying now when I think about her and about my teenagerhood. Because here I was next to her like a bird which is afraid, and I didn't even kiss her beautiful coral-like mouth and lips, even if she was so close to me, like a pigeon sitting on the arm of a girl. Today it's only a dream. The dark sky and stars, the white stars, are looking at me. Are these stars the same as they saw me when I was young and happy? Why can't the wind start and take me from this earth to some other world which is silent? Why am I still alive? Now, when I don't have even one hair on my head from these hairs that I had when I was young, the God forgot about me. I would love to die. Because I think that if I'm dead, that even the God himself will be sorry for what he did to me, thinking that I will not be born again. This beautiful poetry corresponds to this music. I don't think like this, but this book. And of course, I will not give you some other images which are not which are outside of the music, because my analysis will be pure musical. But I really wanted to share this with you, because if you are sensitive, if you love Chopin, and if you love Polish art, I'm sure this will be touching for you. And you can even think about it. This poem is very beautiful, and this piece of music is like a poem. But now let's make an analysis, because here we have some very interesting things. Of course, as before, we start from the left hand, because the left hand has here actually a very important task to do. It is an accompaniment, but it's even more. It's a background, and it creates the whole atmosphere, giving the certain chords and harmonies which Chopin himself was looking for to transmit his emotions, to express what he felt. Because I have the feeling that this prelude is extremely sincere, goes straight from the Chopin's heart. That's why it touches us so deeply, because it's just as if Chopin take his heart out and show it to us. And his heart was very beautiful. Left hand has the accompaniment which consists of 3 notes. It's a chord on 3 notes. It's like that constantly all the time. And we have here only some notes are changing. Now. Now I want you to close your eyes, please. Close your eyes and open your ears and listen only to the left hand, and try to imagine colors or atmospheres of certain chords. This is incredible when we hear on the left hand. Each chord has its own character. This is genius. I think I could take a pencil and I could, by listening to the chord, play a chord and listen to this chord, for example, this. Pain, maybe pain. A hope, maybe a little hope. Oh, there's some kind of disaster. In quietness. Something like that, the tension. Every chord has different character. We can write down a character on the chord. I think this prelude is extremely hard to play, because also there are many problems. First of all, the tempo. Chopin writes largo, means very, very slow. But, and this but is very important, at the same time Chopin asks us to count on 2. Whereas very often we hear the performances when the pianist count on 4. How? Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And this is definitely too slow, in my opinion. Because this melody has a very long phrase. So to make a long phrase we need faster tempo. How Chopin wants this to be counted, I show you. I mean, double as fast. So, 1, 2. 1, 2. Maybe this is a little controversial for you if you are used to slower performances. But I think the ideal performance of this prelude is when we feel that the melody is sung or played maybe by the violin, but just listen how long the phrase of the right hand is. The first phrase only. And not the end anymore. and here it ends. It's extremely long, unusually long for Chopin. We can't play it too slow, because then it gets very boring, I would say. I mean, not even boring, but the melody, the phrase is cut. And if I show you the score, even if you're not a musician, you can see this long line here. There is one long slur. When Chopin shows us that he wants a long phrase. Also, the left hand is like a Schubert accompaniment. We should not hear every note. We should hear, like, you know, like in the orchestra, when the strings are playing, we hear just one chord. And this is only a background to this note. So this is, in my opinion, extremely difficult prelude musically. Now, how the melody is constructed. Because now here, prepare yourself for a shock. This is the second. The interval is a second. Second time. Third time. Three times the second up, going upwards. Does it remind you something? Prelude number 1, the beginning, exactly the same. Coincidence? I don't think so. It's not. The same motif. This is like a symbol of waiting, because we have this the note which is waiting for another note, but the whole character is like somebody is crying. This we cannot help. We feel that. And as I told you, now I want to show you how different the one note can be depending on the left hand. How different the sound, the character. All the time Chopin is looking for to express his feelings. And so, as I told you, really this prelude is built, I mean, it consists only on two phrases, two long phrases. And in the second phrase, we hear something extraordinary. Chopin builds up the energy, and there is a moment when we have a huge climax. And when the right hand plays shorter notes and is shouting, so the right hand of the composer who writes this piece is shouting out his suffering. And after this shout, everything goes down and will not go up again. So from the energetic point of view, this prelude is genius. Is constructed in a genius way. Because it's short, but we have long phrases, and we have the energy is built up until the big climax, dramatic climax, and then it goes away and ends, like fall asleep. So I think these are the most important things in this prelude. I strongly recommend you to listen to the recordings many times and to go deeper into listening to the harmonic structure, to chords. Close your eyes and think about the atmosphere that creates every chord, because every chord is different. We can take the pencil and write down, as I said, a character of every single chord in this piece. Now I will play it for you again. Maybe you can close your eyes and think about what I said. And prepare yourself for this big climax that we have closer to the end of the piece. Thank you very much for watching, and we see each other next tomorrow on the next episode about the next prelude in D major. Thank you very much. Bye bye.